regards to that. So what I want to kind of do today is just pull up the application, show you guys around, show you guys what I've been working on. This is primarily what I was working on during that like month-long hiatus, I guess you could say, back in October. So we'll go ahead and launch the application here. It's gonna play us a sound here upon launch, so you guys are gonna hear it in just a moment. Whatever. So yeah, right now it is like, obviously it's December. As you can see, like down here, it's December 3rd, and so for the month of December, Google has the option for you to turn on your your seasonal theme. So the dashboard is right now set to red and green Christmas colors, and Spectre the Ghost is wearing a Christmas hat. What I'll do here in a moment, we will log out of it, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like to sign in and view it on just a regular operation for the other 11 months of the year. So I'll go ahead and fire up the application. And right there, it played some Christmas bells in our ears. So yeah, we could see that. And so first off, I'm gonna pull up like the theme information. So this is actually what enables the Christmas mode right there. I turn this off because that's gonna be just like really loud for no reason. And I'm actually gonna turn this down. There. So now data scan will be turned off. And this is kind of like our themes here. So most of them are like based off of like movies. So this is like based off Jaws. The colors aren't really matched up very well, but The Thing. This is Tremors. This one is what's that one movie with the lament configuration? I don't even remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. Then you got Psycho, and then we'll just stick to the, it says that the golden era is the default, but it's actually the high contrast dark mode, which is the actual default. So we have a couple of these pages here where you can just like adjust certain things. And if we turn off seasonal, let me do that real quick. If we turn off seasonal and we log out, you're gonna hear like a thud in the background. So this is what our standard login dashboard typically looks like. So there is that, and that is our typical standard login sound. So you'll hear that da-dum. And let's make sure everything's saving properly, which it looks like it is. Okay, that's all good. There's an option for dual save. If you log into just like the regular, not the fallback, it connects to a Firestore server. So it is like you can access it from anywhere, and I'll show you guys in another video. There is like a website up here, so we'll check that out another time. So yeah, if we pull up Google here, all of our function keys pretty much have different uses. So F1 will bring us to like a full, these quadrants, each of them has their own little function key in full screen mode. So that's F1. It's gonna pull up our login and system. F2, it's gonna bring up our operation. So this is our F2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 is gonna be this with our Spectre files. So we can go pull up something along the lines of, why is that? Number 2, so this is Drake's stuff. We can see his permissions, what he's authorized to do. Bridge, this is just, these are called Spectre files, and Spectre will, he'll give you all the information he has. So, yeah, Spectre files are what we use to initialize the server when you log in. So, like when I log in, you can see like I have a bunch of permissions and stuff, and like this, these are more for if you're on the website like this one, and these also function on the website. But that's our F3, and then our F4 kind of case stuff. Case number 6, it's more of like a data testing thing. Not really meant to be seen, like nothing actually is accurate. Then there's archived cases. I don't have any archived at the moment. There's master searching, so if you like look me up in here, you'll find every single instance where my name is mentioned. There's team data, which brings us here, but we'll get there in just a second. So that's our F4s. Then we have our F5, which is kind of like a field operation log, where like if like let's say ghost spotted on the 3rd floor, and this is also on the desktop on the website. So that was our success sound effect. So anytime like you hear that, it'll post it to the log, which can be annoying at times. We'll actually mute all system sounds here for the rest of the the data that we go over. So then if we go up back here to this, it'll now update with live log entry ghost spotted on the 3rd floor. So we have that, and this just a pre-investigation form. Client name, I'll put in Drake. Contact info Drake at Drake.Drake. Location data, NA. Full body apparition, there's voices and knocks, moving objects, smells and watches. We've seen it, activity log, known history, stuff like that. I will save that to the data form, and then post-investigation outcome, activity debunked. NA, debunked claims, ghost, not real. Investigator experiences, save that. That saves to the form, which I think we can access if we go here. Should have saved that information. I might have to do a data load here. So then if we do a data load, we'll see if this is actually recovering data. Scheduled interview priority. So then, actually if I pull this up, okay, it's gonna save in here, so that makes sense. And so then if we go to F6, which is our intelligence center, it's gonna have like the more intelligent version of like master search. So you can pull all this stuff up, if we see this source case, got all that stuff. But this is essentially like the case thing that we were looking at, just a moment ago. And you can link data here. Like we'll look up Whispers Estates. So this is an investigation we did back in I believe 2021, and you can like zoom in, and then if you track a data type like a Ouija board, we can pull that up. You can add it to cases if you right click and stuff like that. So there's like data on this stuff. Pretty much everything here has it. So there's also like Reddit stories, demons, tarot cards, testimonials, and observations, which have kind of become more obsolete in recent times. But those are their equipment. We don't have an Ouija board. I don't know why it's listed as operational, but that's funny. So yeah, there's items, equipment, so they can be linked together. Everything can pretty much be linked, actually. And then there's map viewing, so a user can like plot all points let's see. So we get that. You can look up, like, boom, that's 85 or 86 miles away from each other right there. So yeah, there's that. Pretty much just generic data viewing. And then we have case creation, which users can pull up, modify, create. So if we go here, it's essentially just the data that is associated to the case. It's essentially the same thing. That's what's in this field right here. And then we have, this one's actually pretty cool. It's called the media locker. So if we hit F9, it's going to launch it, and it's going to actually read that I'm already signed into this application. So this is our cool media database launcher. So if I go in and pull up number 4 here, load that stuff, it's actually going to go to a YouTube link, and it's actually going to fetch the YouTube video. We also have other types of data analysis now that actually nobody else has even really seen yet on the team. So we have different filters. I haven't actually messed around with these yet, so it's actually going to be kind of fun to see in the actual application. But yeah, there's audio analysis, and then video data where we can do edge detection, camera brightness and stuff. This stuff's pretty cool. I think it's going to come pretty useful when we actually dive into the deep points of it. And then if we just go to F12, you'll see that pretty much everything that we saw on F6 just shows up here. And you can see kind of every time something occurs, something new happens, this thing down here will update so that's a status bar. Something else we can take a look at here is on F8, we actually kind of have a terminal where you can go in and kind of mess with it. I like setting, the messing around with it and stuff. Getting that pulled up, that is aggressive, but you can do some fun stuff. Set up quad, split. You can also you can turn off stuff. If you look at here, we have cross of Lorraine. We have change key, end item. And so then if we want to just turn everything off and reset, boom, our visuals that will be cleared, but not not our colors. You just have to go in and reset that. So that's we call that the admin terminal. And we don't really have a lot of use for that nowadays, except for writing Spectre files. That's pretty much what that's used for. And then besides that, we have something really cool. It's called a case emailer. So if I take this, I can actually create a pretty much a PDF file. And so if I go in and I can pull up a case report of a file that it will generate from the case, and then you can send this to a client or something like that. And it's pretty much just generated from here. So if I go in and load a case, it'll give me kind of a synopsis of what it's going to send, what it's going to create. Or you can type out a custom message. You can write all this stuff, and you have to have the permission to actually access this. So if we go in and we'll turn that on just for fun. We'll sign out of there. We'll go in under an alternate version of me. There's our little Christmas sign-in. You can see now, some of the cases are missing. You can't just access, whatever you want. So, looks like it's caching data still, so we need to get that updated. Oh, did I do that on case number 4? explain it here. 5, investigation, password, whispers. Actually, I'm not even sure which one I just did that on. Oh, well, we'll have to take a deep dive into it. But you can see, like, the active case data can be displayed for both of these. You can go here, but yeah, if you want to try to access something you're not authorized to, it'll tell you why, kind of down here. So in this account, I don't have the permission to open up, like, the data modifier. I also don't have the authorization to pull up the media center, just because there's a lot of data you can see in that thing that you gotta be trusted to see. Admin terminal doesn't pull up. Found right up the script writer. So those are gonna be like the big two. It tells you exactly which permission you need. Then if I try to click on a case I don't have access to, then it's just, this is showing me stuff for the Ashmore Estates case. If I click on Crutchfield Residence or the Tester case, access denied, you do not have permission. So there's different, like, permission types that there are, and see, like, a lot of these that would typically have, like, data in them, there's just nothing that appears. So kind of like what you can do, even up here you'll see, like, a lot of these are missing. Access denied, 2D code 0, or you need EKSM permission, or if I try to open up, like, a case scheduler, I can't even do that because it requires the case modification. Or if I try to pull up, like, the emailer, none of this stuff works. Can't modify it. And this is pretty much like a bare bones account that really can't do much, just for, you know, for safety reasons, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's pretty much the application here. I think we broke the status bar. Now it's showing everything in green. Oh, there it goes. But then if you open up, that's so funny, if you open up the system configuration, it recolors the status bar to green. That's actually kind of funny. And then if you guys really want to hear the annoying sound effect, we will... Oh, it's actually not even doing it. Oh wow, that's actually really impressive. It's not even doing it this time, which we will happily take, so that's always fun. But that's pretty much kind of a walkthrough of the application I've been working on building. Hopefully in the near future we'll actually be able to demonstrate with, like, actual field data logging, so yeah, that would actually be pretty awesome. And if you guys kind of want to see more with the application, let me know, and I'll try to show you guys as much as I can. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night.